Yeah, that's about right. I mean, it vomited snow all day long.
Fuck, I
It's
know.
like it's like what the hell, man? Like I don't know. I don't know inches wise, but centimeters. I mean, how many? We got a foot of snow.
A whole foot? That's
That's
crazy.
It's too early. It's too early for this,
just
man.
an FYI. There's 12 inches in the foot.
Yeah.
Was so? How much did we get? 10,
We're
10
supposed to
inches?
get 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. Okay, so what's that?
Let me find out. Hang on. Hold, please.
Less than a foot, about an inch.
Yeah, most likely. Where the fuck is centimeters on here?
We got it. We got an inch in Wisconsin. So.
You got quite a. You got well, yeah. You guys
Oh,
had. I think
Well,
you guys
4 inches.
Oh, okay. You guys have
four
more.
4 inches. Yeah, it just like over the course of the day, it's still kind of snowing, but it's yeah. Like 2 weeks ago, we were in.
Well, I was supposed to get more tomorrow too.
Yeah, but not much.
Doesn't matter.
It's just
any
cold.
fucking-
It's just cold. It's just cold.
It's the coldest day of the year for us. Yeah.
What is it? 30 there?
No, I think our high today was 28, 27
Oh,
Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
yeah. No, I know. Here it was what, Alex?
around the same.
Yeah, around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly. You know, so
You guys aren't
I don't
that-
Overnight's supposed to go to a -6.
Oh wow.
So
-6, which is
Let's
what in
see.
Fahrenheit? He's got to check.
I gotta check. 21.2.
21. It's cold. It's
Yeah,
not really. It's not really cold, but I mean,
It is cold.
it's cold enough. Yeah, it's cold enough.
We've gotten like
Let's get in the 50s again.
we've gotten up to like or as low at one point as -25, -30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done
That's
that in
fucking cold.
Fahrenheit. We've done that at Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I remember just a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I did a show and we were -50 Fahrenheit.
Come on, was it you? Was it you? You were talking about. I remember when we were doing. Oh, by the way, where am I? Scotty, where am I?
You're on a show.
Well, you guys, yeah, you and Keith were talking about when you guys were in Winnipeg. Was it Winnipeg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winnipeg.
Was it in the winter?
Winterpeg.
No, it's
Winterpeg.
not Winterpeg. We were in there, what, August, I think it was?
Okay, well, it's close enough. It was still winter.
That's when the giant mosquitoes come out.
Yeah.
Bad sized mosquitoes.
Maybe the one-tooth lady was was a giant mosquito, not a really person.
It's got to be really cold in Winnipeg, though.
Hey, I
Right
used
now.
to live. I used to live in Manitoba. I lived about 3 hours away from Winnipeg. It gets fucking cold over there.
And they let you out of Manitoba?
They did. Apparently.
Wow.
Me
Wow.
too. They wanted me. Go. See ya.
Yeah, the winters there are pretty brutal.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, folks,
Just
tonight
like
we
Minnesota. They're more like Minnesota weather than us. So
yeah. So, folks, tonight we have Scotty Rorek on, psychic medium. Scotty, you just for those who may not know much about you, just want to give like a short bio. Let people know exactly who Scotty is.
oh my God, we start there and we'll be here the rest of the night. So
That's fine.
That's okay. Steve and I can take a nap. You take over the show and just tell everybody who you are.
hey, here's a funny thing. I've
Yeah.
been doing radio since what 2007 doing this. Waiting
Well, what was the name?
starting.
What was your show again?
Spooks Are Us.
That's right. Spooks Are Us. I do remember it. I do
My
remember.
first show a long time ago. Anyway, I was doing an interview on somebody else's show, and they actually left and just left the camera on and with me and no host, and I had to do the rest of the show.
Oh.
I couldn't do call-ins or nothing. I just said, oh, okay, I'll just keep talking.
And I do remember, what is it? I remember Children of the Grave. I remember you doing that too. Number two.
Yeah, the sequel.
The sequel
Yeah.
with the Booth brothers and Keith.
And
Yeah, yeah. It's been a while since I've watched them. I got to sit down and watch them again. I like them. I think they were pretty cool.
that was a great one. This was the one time. Well, I've done many times. I stumped Keith, and he's not here, so he can't book himself. But he and that filming of the thing, it's old enough now that we caught apparition walking. All right, so we were in this room. It was really funny because back then we didn't have all the GPS that we do now.
Yeah.
So they told me, this is your coordinates. Be in Ohio on Tuesday. I said,
Wow.
where in Ohio? Just be in Ohio on Tuesday, because we're filming at this place and it's not too far. I said, not too far from where? Anywhere. He goes, if you're in Cleveland, fine. If you're in Cincinnati, fine. Wherever you are, you're not that far away. Okay. So I wanted to name my next book, Be in Ohio on Tuesday. You know, so I show up. So the morning I get a text, gives me coordinates. I put it in, and away I went. And I show up, and I get into this town, and I said, where? They said, go to this restaurant, have a cup of coffee, and wait for us because we're not ready yet. So the Booth brothers and Keith aren't ready, like always.
Yeah.
I will say that forever. They are never ready. So I went to the restaurant, I had coffee, I'm sitting there. Then they say, okay, let's go. And so that I hop in my car and go. And the moment I walked or drove up, as soon as I got out of my car, they put a mic on me, threw a camera in my face, and said, tell us about that building. And that's the beginning of Children of the Grave 2.
Okay, so there's such a huge stigma, obviously, with people who are, psychic, have psychic abilities and mediums, and automatically people are going to go, no, it's just bullshit. And they know a little bit about the information. They know about the location. I mean, what's your process of like not wanting to know anything and going nothing?
I don't want anything.
So how do you?
So this whole let's start this. So
Yeah.
a week before this, I was in, not Jacksonville, in the Panhandle, Pensacola.
Yeah.
Pensacola. I was in Pensacola at a Paracon.
Yeah.
With Keith and his, and what's his name? His brother, Philip.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm having Biden moments. So
Biden moments.
if I go, come on, man, I'm lost. I don't know. So anyway, Philip and Keith, so we were there at the thing, and Phil and Christopher and I got really close, and I told him some stuff that he goes, I don't know how the hell you know that, but he says that's great. He goes, you want to be in our next movie? I said, sure. Thinking it'll be a month or two out. He says, can you be in Ohio on Tuesday? And that's where it started. I think
Get her now.
I think we were Thursday or Friday, or no, I think we were Friday or Saturday. Can you be in Ohio on Tuesday? Sure. So I did. I went to Ohio, but that's I didn't ask him anything. He didn't tell me anything about it. That's my biggest thing. Like the stuff that we do with Keith, I don't want to know anything about this. It's fine. He tells you guys, and you can see in my chat that I already got it. And the rest of the show is just me pretending. But I hate to say the word, but it's more fun without me knowing anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
don't
more.
want it to sound trivial or anything like that, but it's way more beneficial to me to know that I'm truly communicating with spirit and having a good time than I am just knowing that I'm on or that I know stuff ahead of time so I look better.
So what's your process of reading a question? Like, I mean, if somebody asks you a question, like say, tell me about this location. You know anything about this place? What do you draw upon to sort of get the the information that you gathered? Like, what's the process like?
Sure. So the first thing I do before I do anything is I contact my spirit guides.
Okay.
I have a spirit team that travels with me. That's with me all the time, and I always have to promote my main spirit guide because we all have one. My main spirit guide is Steve, and he was my husband.
Yes.
Good name, huh? He was my husband in our last life together, and he decided that he still loved me enough that he was going to spend this eternity with me here watching over me.
Mm-hmm.
He's now said many times that he's never doing that again.
What have I got myself into here?
Yeah, I'm a freaking handful, so he has to watch over me all the time, you know. So, but he's been great. The first time we ever talked was early on in the whole thing back in the early 2000s. Him and I were talking, and I got really mad one day, and I said to him, I said, I don't even know if you're real. Everything I hear from you is bullshit. Blah, blah. You know, I went off. I started swearing and yelling at him. I said, I've never really even seen you or seen anything you've done. Next thing I know, the bathroom door in our house goes, and then I hear, don't you ever fucking make me do that again. And I never have, because I ain't going to play that game. He was pretty straightforward, but I've since then have my spirit animal with me. It's a grizzly bear, and his name is Grizz. And then I have Mother Ayahuasca that's with me. She comes from my past lives I was a Peruvian shaman in past lives. So
that's quite a trip, you know, that ayahuasca.
It is quite a trip.
That is quite a trip.
It is the toughest thing I've ever been through in my whole life.
I'm with you, man. I know. I know what you feel. I know.
Steve is still recovering.
Yeah.
I was so unprepared.
I don't think anyone's really prepared, are they? I mean, if they
My wife
don't
was more than me, but she was taking it different. I was taking it like, oh, I'm a psychic medium. I can do this. There's no big deal. No way. No way. I was so not prepared. I mean, we did it 2 nights.
Yeah.
And the first night that we did it was the worst night of my life.
Yeah.
It took everything away from me. It took time, space, you name it. I couldn't even tell you I was breathing. I had to keep asking the shaman, am I breathing? He goes, first of all, you're talking.
how
we had a CPAP on, and he goes, and you have a CPAP. So what the hell do you think? Are you still breathing? You are.
How long was your first night? How long was it?
Mine was 8 hours.
Wow. That was short. Mine was 14.
Yeah. See, Terry's second day was 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My second day was light. And I have to admit, when I put the two together. So the first night they took everything away, but they showed me I was not in control of any of my gifts or anything. It was just a gift for me. Mm-hmm. It was for me to use. It wasn't me.
Now, do you believe we all have the ability? It's just like, yeah, certain people are only, you know, able to sort of home into it or retain it. Maybe they had it when they were younger. Like
everybody has it. No, but what it is a couple things. I always say it's the amount of acceptance of it. If you really are going to accept it, some people don't accept it. Some people let their religion override them and don't accept it. The other thing is I always equivalent it to baseball. Everybody in the world has played baseball in some form, kickball, you name it. Everybody's played it. Not everybody is on a major league team. You know, not everybody's on the Yankees. Not everyone's on the Brewers. Cubs, you know what I mean? And then some are in the Hall of Fame, like Babe Ruth and you know what I mean? Mickey Mantle. And but everybody's has the same ability. Everybody's played baseball. And that's the same thing with spiritual things. Everybody has the gift. Now, if you accept it and listen to it, then and you practice it, like myself and others, the more you'll be able to communicate and get the benefit from it. But a lot of times, people who've never had it get it. So my mother-in-law does not believe in what I do. So we're talking the demons to her. So one night she was driving back from Green Bay.
Okay.
And she lives in Oshkosh, and she was driving back from Green Bay, and she was going through a roundabout, and it got really foggy really fast. And all of a sudden she heard something or someone yell, "Stop!" And so thank God she did, and a car zoomed right through and would have hit her. And then she calls me up and says, "What was that?" I said, "Ta-da! That's exactly me. That's what I get. That's how I get it. You know, I hear the stuff and I act on what they tell me."
So I got a question. I've got a question here. How would you get, you know, in touch or communicate with this? How would you know about a spirit guide? How do you know?
Stephen, well, I've done past life regressions. I do most of my stuff comes through meditation and I teach meditation. So that's probably a big form to get your mind in the mindset,
Yeah.
because most of the day we're walking around thinking about what we got to do at work. Your kid is sick, so we're trying to deal with that. So we're doing all this other stuff, and spirit's still trying to talk to us, but we're all engaged in this stuff. So the more we can calm our mind or get us into a space where we're calm and understanding, the better we're going to be, because we'll be able to hear and listen to them. That's the other thing I teach all my students is the first thing I teach them is the first thing you hear is spirit. The second thing you hear is bullshit. And they go, what? Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
They said, why? I said, because all of a sudden your active mind is kicked in, and now you want it to be this or that or this. And so your mind's saying, well, they really meant this. No, that's not what they said. What did they originally say to you? This. And that's the message.
So how did you start with your spirit guides though? Like, I mean, how did they, contact you? Did you contact, how does one find their spirit guide or understand their spirit guide, period?
Yeah. It all starts with spirit first. I mean, I guess is where it started. So we were talking earlier, I've been doing radio for years.
Yeah.
And I had a gentleman on my radio show. His name was Derek Akora.
Oh, I remember Derek Akora.
Derek?
I think a lot of people remember Derek Akora.
And Derek and I became great friends. So I really, really understand what they said about him, but I really always believed in Derek. But Derek came on to my show that night, and I did a fib, and I said, everybody that comes onto my show has to give the host a reading. And he goes, okay. So he gave me a reading that night and told me everything that I'm doing today. Everything. Wow. Lectures, galleries, radio, this, TV, this, that, movies, blah, blah, blah. Everything. And he said, you and your guide are stronger than me and my guide. And his guide, what was his guy, Sam? Yeah, I think his guy was Sam. Mm-hmm. He says, you two are going to be stronger. But he says, just so you know, he's around you. And I said, okay. So at least I knew it was a he. And so then I started meditating, and that's how Steve came through.
Wow, that's that. So, okay. So how did it
started? But I mean, so since my wife was, very like her mom, very skeptical at first. Mm-hmm. She went to all these conventions with me, and we did all this stuff together. And she's since changed, and she runs a group called Psychics Unite. And it's all based off her beliefs. She used to be Christian, but now she totally understands that Christianity is just as bunk as any other religion. Mm-hmm. It's all about being spiritual. Mm-hmm. But I mean, with her believing that too, and me, but we've sat down with Steve and we've done question and answers of him, like what Terry wanted to know about her past, her future, major questions she had in her life, spirituality, hell, all this type of stuff. And we've sat down with Steve, and I've channeled him and let him come through and talk through me, and that's how we got a lot of things answered. So we found out that my wife and I have been together 4 times. It's our 4th time.
We have another question.
We do.
You want to go ahead, Alex?
Yeah. Somebody wants to know, are you still in touch with Derek? And can you ask him where Colin Fry is now? And has Derek hooked up with him in spirit?
Derek has, and I have talked to him once since he's passed. Okay. So we don't talk every day or all the time. I talked to him once right after we passed, and then I called his wife and told her the message that he gave her, and I won't repeat it because it's private. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like a doctor. I don't repeat stuff that I do. I've done a lot of people, like Mark and Debbie Constantino. I did them, the ones that killed each other.
Yeah, I remember that. Holy.
Yeah, those two are two of my best friends, and
that was pretty damn shocking, man. I remember because they were really heavily into EVP, weren't they?
Very much so.
Yeah, and I remember following them, years ago.
Right.
And then when I
used to do it in their house all the time.
Yeah.
They called me up and we got this. I go, stop doing it in your house. and I made them move it outside into their car. So at least it's not in their home. I said, you can't have this in your house all the time. You're bringing every spirit in the face of the earth in your house, and you expect it to be calm, huh? The worst part of it, and I won't claim that I knew what was going on because I didn't.
Yeah.
But I knew something was wrong.
Yes.
I called Mark 2 nights before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Mark, seriously, if you need anything or you're having any hard times, you need to call me. And I never got a call. But it happened 2 days later. But I knew something was up, but I never in my mind thought that would happen. But I guess my earth emotions and my friendship for them and my love for them superseded what I was really feeling.
Yeah.
I think I felt it. I think I knew that was coming, but
you're hoping that it wasn't.
I hope I was totally freaking wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I never like being right, but
no,
that's the thing. And my team always knows that the Mad City Ghostbusters, they always get upset too because Scotty's always right. I'm like going, I don't want to be, but I am.
Scary stuff, man.
It sucks at times, especially when it's bad. I've done so many readings where I've told people that I don't think you should be in your relationship anymore.
Yeah,
and they get out and they say, "Oh, my life is so much better. Thank you. I met this other person." Yeah. But I had to be the one to tell you. I'm the bearer of bad news. Some days.
So Scotty, quick question.
Yeah,
Sorry, Steve. I just want to ask.
No, go ahead.
Is it strictly like when you do readings, do you have to be one-on-one with them? Can it be over the phone? Can it be over other means?
Yep, I've done it. Phone, TV, internet, text.
Is one easier than the other? Like, is it like?
It's always easier together when we're
right.
together.
I was assuming. I was going to say. I'm assuming it's easier when you're together. You can also sort of sense their energy and what have you a lot better than if we were at a distance, right? But
you guys are at a distance, but I could read you guys very easily right now. You know what I mean?
Oh man, without
by all means, come on. I'm first.
That's it. I'm putting my blockers on.
Yeah, I figured they would start coming. But I mean,
you can go ahead and read me, man.
Video works just as good as being in person, I think. Still get the same energy. I can still feel the same thing through people. But yeah, I mean, but anything once you're connected with spirit, it doesn't really matter the medium that you're not. All puns intended. The medium that you're in.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. You're connected.
Mm-hmm.
So another way to do it is you're asking about how do I talk to my guides and stuff. I guess another way to do it, my laptop right here has a cord that's plugged into the internet, right? And then I get the internet through it, right? And so that's the same thing I think about in my head, in myself. I am connected to the spirit world. I have that cord, I have that connection, and it keeps coming. I know I don't want to get into a reading show though, but yeah.
They want to hear the secrets.
How about we do this? One thing for myself and Steve, and that's it. Not an in-depth reading, but just one thing.
I will do that. How long do we got? An hour and a half yet?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll do that before we go tonight. How's that?
There you go. There you go.
There you go. So
the end of the
Kevin,
end
you're
of the
gonna
show.
have to stick around till the end of the show.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
That's hilarious. So, okay. So when, with your personal experience with being a medium and psychic medium, whatever.
By the way, I can tell about my story if you want to. We want to go back.
Yeah, go for it. When did it all begin? Like, I mean, look, when did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Two different things. Okay, so when I first understood I had abilities, I was 5 years old, and that was late 60s, early 70s. So not a great time to really be seeing ghosts and spirits and talking to people and stuff. But I used to go to school and tell all the kids that I talked to their loved ones. And I remember telling one kid I talked to his grandpa last night, and he was telling him about that his grandpa liked his new bike, and it was a red bike, and he just loved his new bike, and he thought it was really cool. And the kid goes, "How do you know that? First of all, how do you know I got a red bike? Second of all, Grandpa's dead, so how are you talking to him?" See, back then at 5, 6, 7, 8, I thought everybody did it. I thought everybody could see them. We lived in a ranch in Franksville, Wisconsin. Yeah, the kraut place where they make Frank's kraut. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Frank's Crow. Yeah.
yeah, it's wonderful, but not in the summertime when you smell the.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. Our house, our house. Some days were downwind, and that was terrible.
Oh.
Maybe that's what triggered this.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it's the
That's
kraut.
the secret ingredient, right?
That's the secret ingredient. I think
Kraut.
we cracked the code there.
Kraut.
Everyone watching tonight, go out, eat some kraut, and then
Yeah.
buy Frank's, 'cause that's the special one. But so that was the 70s, and now, all right. So then I kind of turned it off between about junior high school. I stopped seeing it into high school. I really didn't want to deal with it anymore. I mean, I was starting to get. I was playing football. I was doing all the other type of stuff,
Mhm.
and it just wasn't cool anymore because I was tired of being made fun of. It was quite relentless at the time.
Yeah.
And so then I end up going to college, and I had a degree in theater, I had a degree in television, radio, and I used to do work. I used to get paid. I used to work at the theater, building sets and stuff for them.
Yeah.
So between classes, I was working, and I went up to the prop room. I opened the door, and there was a lady standing right there. And this was before this movie came out, so I'm just saying. So anyway, she was standing right there in the prop room,
Mhm.
and no feet, just kind of floating. And like I said, I've turned it off. I haven't seen spirits since almost 10 years,
Mhm.
right? And I screamed. Oh, did I yell and scream? And I slammed the door and I ran out, and all the kids came out of the classrooms wondering what the hell was going on. And I said, "There's a ghost in there." And then I went, "Oh shit." I just came out again. Yay. Now we're in the 80s, but it was a whole different time. And I can tell you guys, I've never gotten so many dates in my life from
Yeah.
girls that wanted to talk to ghosts.
Really?
Yeah, it became a totally different thing. It was weird. I mean, I used to be going from.
That's his pickup line, right?
Yeah.
Psychic.
That's why I told my wife, "See, I got you." That's why I still do it for the girls. But then 84 came Ghostbusters.
Mm.
And I already told them about seeing a spirit, and then Ghostbusters saw a spirit. And then everybody thought it was funny, and there was guys doing it. In my days, if you were a girl and you did it, you were okay, but guys didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because there was all witches, but there wasn't, and they had a few warlocks, but it wasn't really the case, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It wasn't guys doing this, and then I never even knew what a medium was, even my whole life. I always thought it was the guy from Wizard of Oz in that little carriage.
Yeah.
Like the crystal ball and stuff. I always thought that was a medium. But then all of a sudden it was better. So I've been out since the 80s now again.
Mhm.
But then we'll zoom ahead even more. So then I started doing it. I joined paranormal teams, and I would see ghost hunters. I saw Derek's show,
Mhm.
and then I would see the original Ghost Hunters with Jay and Grant and
Mhm.
guys. And then Ghost Hunters International, I started doing shows at that time. So I became really good friends. Two of my best friends in the world is Paul Bradford from that show.
I remember Paul. You know what? I remember having Paul on the show way before anyone knew about Paul and the Ghost Hunters International. I can't remember. He had a tech thing going.
Yeah.
He was making all this equipment, all this paranormal equipment, and it was fascinating the stuff he was building. And
You're right.
I remember having him on. Yeah, I remember Paul. Paul was pretty cool.
So here, let's go back even farther then. So Paul was on my original radio show, Spooks Are Us.
Really?
Yeah, Paul was our tech guy.
No way.
He came on every week on the show and did a
No way.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
We were talking on Skype at the time. We were talking on Skype that night, and he goes, "I think I'm going to get cast tonight, guys." He goes, "I'm waiting for a call." They said they were going to call me tonight. I said, "Okay, if you got to get it, take it." And he calls me back. He goes, I got it. He was so fun. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy. And then Scott Tepperman is the other one. So those are two of my favorite. And then, of course, Rob Demarest is one of my friends. I knew the guy's a lot stronger from International than I did the Ghost Hunter.
Regular Ghost Hunter show. The original Ghost Hunter show.
Yeah, the original. So yeah, but then Derek came, and then Derek told me everything I was going to do, and about a month later, I put on the website, my first website, put Scotty Rorek Medium. I lost a lot more friends again because they go, how are you doing this? I said, how do I ghost hunt with you every night and tell you where everything is?
Yeah.
And how do I do that?
Yeah.
Derek told you how I did it. And I didn't even believe Derek at first. You know, I mean, I went, ha 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 ha, great. Ha, ha.
So how do you like what's a percentage of, say, you know, using your ability in paranormal investigating as opposed to, say, just reading?
I think it's even. I don't think I'm better in one, better than the other.
Yeah.
I think I know. I think, but two of them are very, very different. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they're very different, and I have to talk to mediums all the time about being different in a home than you are at a paranormal site. A paranormal site, you can get away with a little bit more bullshit, if you want to say it, or drama, I guess is the big word.
Oh yeah.
Because people always go, oh, I'm feeling this, oh, I'm feeling that. Oh, yeah. And I've done it too, because I've noticed that people, like if I'm walking with my phone, I'll be putting something in my phone, like I'm taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody goes, oh yeah, I feel something right now. And they said, well, Scotty, what did you write down? I went, I feel absolutely fucking nothing. See, nothing. I didn't write anything. I was faking you. So, I mean, I do that a lot on purpose, trying to make sure that people aren't influenced by me on the site either, because that doesn't help anybody. And the other biggest thing is, and I tell mediums this and sensitives, I said, if you get taken over, if your energy gets embellished or diminished in any way, then you're no longer used to that paranormal investigation. Go.
Yeah.
Go until you're ready. Go until you understand that you are of your energy only. The moment that your abilities are diminished, no longer you should be on site. And it's okay for that to be in, if you go to Broadhead or OBI or all these different places that we go to all the time. That's one thing to do it in those places, but into somebody's home, you can't do that at all, because here you're with people that this is their home. This is where they live. This is the spirit they interact with all the time. You have to be 100% on what you're getting and their true feelings. There's been times that we've gone into houses where other teams have said, oh, you have a demon here, you know, you have to move. What? Get out of town. But they do. That's other teams. But see, that's how other teams and other people feel.
I know. I've you know, I remember you know, a group local to here, and they literally go in. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You have a demon. You need to have this place exercised. What? How do you go into somebody's house and tell them that?
You don't.
You don't.
You never do. Even okay. All right. So let's go back even farther now. Let's talk about my beliefs. First of all, I am probably the closest to spiritualism as you can be. The one out of Lilydale, New York. You guys are there.
Yeah, not far from there. Yeah.
Spiritualism was one of their headquarters is in Milwaukee yet. So here in Wisconsin, we were very big in spiritualism and stuff like that. So I used to belong to a spiritualist church. And if everyone doesn't know what a spiritualist is someone that believes in everlasting life, and that we're all mediums. We can all talk to each other, and we all have that ability.
Yep.
And we all believe that God or the oneness. It's really, we believe the oneness.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're all connected. So we're kind of like a hand. So we all think we're individual fingers, but actually we're all connected.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how my wife and I describe it all. We all describe we're the hand, um, because we're all connected.
Yeah.
We all are.
Mhm.
Everybody is. Everybody is. And then when like right now in the United States, when we're not feeding the people that are hungry, this finger hurts more than this finger. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because they are hurting because we're not taking care of them. So that's where this, in my spiritual belief, we take care of everybody.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Yeah.
Ours is not better than everyone's. Ours is the same as everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to love and care for everybody.
Yeah.
This finger
Yeah.
down here is trans. Okay, big deal. Who cares? This one's gay. This one's fat. This one's ugly. This one's hungry. Who cares? It's still your hand.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's your hand.
Right. You wouldn't chop one off, would you?
No.
Right. But that's what people want to do in this world. They want to chop one set of people off because of it.
Yeah. Okay, we have another
Yeah, we have a
question
couple of questions actually.
go.
One of them is, have you ever helped solving crimes?
Yes. And I've asked every time that anyone wants me to solve a crime that they get to me early. I do not want to be a cadaver dog.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'm a cadaver dog. I remember my first one ever. They were in Ohio, and they called me and they said, "We're missing a man, and can you help us?" I said, "Okay, just so we start." I said, "He's already deceased." I said, "But if you want me to help find the body, we will." And I found the body in the river, 1 mile from where I told the cops to go look. And the only reason it was a mile is in the time the cops got there, he got washed down the river. But then he drew it back, and there was a bridge right where I said it was. So I've done one, and I will say one only, that we found the girl. And I was so mad at this one because I was keep seeing the sites and everywhere where she was, and then the mom would have me. I was going through the mom, and the mom would say, "Go to this site," and then they would go there, and they said, "Yeah, she was here a half hour ago." I go, "Gosh, damn it! Why am I behind?"
Mm-hmm.
But then I said, "Spirit," I said, "We got to go ahead. You got to show me ahead. You can't show me where she was." And then all of a sudden, I got an image, a vision of the Denver airport, and we sent him to the airport, and there she was. And a guy was taking her.
Wow.
God knows where.
But, yeah, God knows where, right? But they got caught right away. They saw it on the cameras, and they caught her right in. So yes, so I'd rather do that than finding the bodies. And the other three that I've helped with, I all had to find the bodies. One body I did not find because I knew where it was. It was in California, right off on the beach, and the waves, and there was a current there that took her out farther. They won't find her now because it was way out there. So, yeah, I don't like being a cadaver dog, but yes, I've worked with police, and police, especially the Denver ones, would call me on all my devices, and they are triangulating everywhere I am to make sure I'm still in Wisconsin. Yep, nope. I keep going. Yep, nope, still in Wisconsin. Want me to get on the camera and show you? I'll stand in front of the Wisconsin sign going, ta-da.
Julie says, I've never heard of a psychic actually working with police and solving anything.
There's one gentleman, especially from Canada, and he's a dear friend of mine too, Robbie Thomas. You guys know Robbie?
Yeah, I know Robbie.
He does that work up by you guys. So
yeah.
So yeah, so you're right. He doesn't work with police. He works with the Royal Mounted Police. So it's a very different group.
Yeah.
I always tease him about that. Yeah, you only work with the Royal Mounted ones, so not the same as the police.
Well, he's down in Sarnia.
In
He's
where?
down in Sarnia.
Okay.
Robbie. He lives in Sarnia there.
Yep.
Name a case. There's been a few, and I like to think though too. A lot of times with psychic mediums, when psychics are involved, they're never really talked about
Correct.
because they don't like
Nor,
having
nor
that.
do we want to be.
Right? They're
I've
not.
had a lot of cases that even tonight I'm not talking about
Yeah.
because I don't want to be a part of it, and I'm not, and I'm not gonna, and I'm not gonna brag, because I didn't even tell you about the cases and who they were and what, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
I don't care. I mean, I care about the person. I
Yep.
care about the family. That's all I care about. That they get the closure, or they get the resolution that they need. I don't. It doesn't matter about me getting famous or doing stuff. I don't give a rat's. It's all about the person. And I think that's the major difference between true psychic mediums and people that just call themselves.
Well,
Because
I say that about paranormal investigators
I
too,
would agree
right?
with you. I would agree with you.
Right. I mean, true investigators. It's it's all about helping somebody who's seeking help. There's a lot of people out there. I call them thrill seekers. Obviously,
Right. Right.
they're just
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me jump in.
Yep.
There is nothing wrong to everybody watching the show tonight and listening. There's nothing wrong with being a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
If you want to go to Waverly Hills, walk around, get scared, great. Go
Yep.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go to Bobby Mackey's, you want to go anywhere and get scared and have fun, do it.
Bobby Mackey's gone though now, isn't it?
It's getting rebuilt. So,
Oh, it's getting rebuilt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but you know what I mean? Any place, just go anywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, great, do it. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But don't say you're there to help anyone when you don't know what you're doing.
Or don't do a house investigation.
Correct. Correct. Too many people do that. They want to.
Yeah.
They think, oh, we could do it now. We know how to investigate. Yeah, you know how to investigate, but how do you know how to work with people? Do you know who's really there? Can you give them the name of the spirit that's there? Why they're still there? Why are they doing the things they're doing?
Well, yeah, and I don't think they know how to investigate, period. I mean, I really don't think they know the technique of investigating, period. In a lot
True
of
investigating, I think ghost hunting, I think they know. Because they've seen enough of that on TV from Zach and everybody that they can get it. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I mean, I don't think they really do. I mean,
I can understand that. I can understand your point of view.
you think of somebody who knows how to investigate through different means and applies it to sort of investigating the paranormal.
Right.
And most people, it's like, well, I'm going in, this place is apparently haunted, and that's it. It's not about going in and explaining the explainable, right? Get rid of.
That's a big thing right there. You're so on right there, because first of all, I don't go into a house, even as a psychic medium.
Yeah.
I don't go into a house going to prove that's haunted or disprove it's haunted.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'm going in to find out what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you weed down to try to understand what that little percentage is. That's
Right.
what's going on. That's what you're centering on.
Right.
And
exactly.
most important part. Exactly. But
I'll give you one case.
Okay.
And I won't, and I don't mention names or anything. But we went to this place. I won't mention who it's with. Tim Miley out of Fox City's paranormal team out of Appleton, Green Bay area.
I remember Tim.
Yeah, Potographs for Pooches, Tim.
Yeah, I remember Tim. Yeah,
great guy. Anyway, I'm still with his team. I'm one of those freelancers. I'm not very free. You got to pay for my dinner, so it's not. But so Tim called me in on his case, and this one guy would not sleep anymore in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Would stay up every night in a recliner with the lights on because he got so freaked out. Well, what happened was that night, he woke up and there was a shadow over him, like right over the top of him, like this. And he woke up thinking it was a demon or something. He watched it. What the hell is that? Oh, sorry guys, my notifications. somebody's trying to sell me a house on Facebook. But anyway, so that night he got woke up and now he was scared to go to sleep. So he called his church. They came and tried to exorcise the house and all that stuff, and nothing happened. So they ended up calling Tim, and we all came in for this investigation. I get in the house, and Tim says to me, he goes, because Tim always wants me to not influence anything, which is good.
Yeah.
Tim's always probably the best investigator I've ever worked with on not influencing me or the houses. The couple we've done, I walked up to the door one time with him and I said, "What the hell did you get me into?" And that was our first investigation ever together.
Yeah.
And we just walked to the door for the first time. And I already described the house to him and everything. But this one that we were doing, I walked up and I'm walking around and Tim goes, "You already know what's going on, don't you?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you wait like an hour so we can investigate?" I said, "Sure, go ahead." And then about an hour later, he goes, "Okay, go ahead." And so I went to the guy. I said, "That night, was there anything weird happening?" He goes, "Yeah, I wasn't feeling good." And he goes, "Yeah, I woke up choking." I said, "Okay. So you woke up not feeling good, choking, and you think a demon was trying to choke you?" Yeah, I do." "Okay." I said, "How many scary movies did you watch?" He goes, I don't like scary movies." I said, "Okay, but you were still done by it." I said, "So do you know your dad was trying to wake you up that night from choking so you would not choke to death?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah, that was your dad." And I said, "So you brought the church in to try to exorcise your dad out of your house so he doesn't talk to you and help you anymore?" And he goes, "What?" He could have just, and the other one was his grandma was in the house, the lights would go off. I said, "And that's your grandma, by the way." And she tells you, "Would you shut off the damn lights?" And he goes, "That's what she used to say when she was alive." I said, "I know, because you just told me it." And I said, she was in the prohibition. I mean, in the recession. And I said, she always was trying to save money. He goes, "Yep." And I said, she wants the lights turned off, and you're sleeping with the lights on. She gets so mad. And so we talked about it. And then that night we worked with them, and we worked with his dad and said, "Hey, could you come during the daytime so he doesn't get scared unless you really need to?" And so now during breakfast, he sees his dad every morning. But you could have been afraid of your dad the rest of your life if you had in there.
There's more questions there, Alex, I think.
Am I reading the one just before your response?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. The Center for Inquiry has a testing of psychic mediums. If they pass, they can get $500,000. Would you ever do that test?
I would have to look at the test, and I know this is going to sound like a weird question or weird answer, but most of those tests, the ones that what was his name?
James Randi. Yeah, the $1 million.
So that test, if you really look at it, was meant never to be passed.
No.
And most of these tests for 500,000 would never be able to be passed.
That's what I responded. I said they never have the intention of paying out that money.
Right. So the answer would be no, not really, because I don't want to waste my time, because it's just a waste of time. They're just trying to disprove. They're not trying to help prove it, or just they're just there to disprove or make fun of the paranormal or psychics and mediums.
Speaking of James Randi, do you remember Lou Gentili?
Yeah.
Remember Lou? I remember Lou took him up on that offer and said that he could produce a Class A EVP on the spot right there, and he actually did it. And I remember there was this huge kerfuffle about it. And of course, James Randi it wasn't his money to give out anyways.
Right. He didn't have it.
He didn't have it. He never paid out the money. Never.
Right. No, right.
Never.
So the answer is the tests are rigged.
Yeah.
The answer is no, I wouldn't. But I have not taken tests. I've not been I've had probes put on my head. I've had a lot of other stuff happen that I've tried to do for other scientists that want to prove it or disprove all our abilities. Now when we're getting close to quantum physics,
mm-hmm.
we're going to see what I do as part of quantum physics. It's just all going to be a part of it coming forward, because they're talking about multiverses. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. And like I said right now, as of today, I believe I am a psychic medium.
It's a good thing we didn't have Justin here with us, Alex.
Yeah.
Because you said the magic word quantum
Yeah,
physics.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can go off on a tangent about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, as of this moment, I say I'm a psychic medium because that's what I believe I do. If down the road I am proven that I do something different,
Mhm.
then I am that something different person.
Yeah.
Because maybe down the road with quantum physics or whatever, I am proven that I can talk through dimensions. Then I will say I'm a dimensional talker. You know what I mean? Or I am whatever they prove it to be. But there is something there. There's got to be something there, because I am not the only one that does this. I am not special by any means. I just have practiced at this. I just understand it more. And I don't make this stuff up. I mean, I had one reading in Ohio we were doing,
Mhm.
and I'm giving the reading. It's first thing in the morning, right out the bat.
Mhm.
And it started at 9 o'clock in the morning. Girl walks up at 8:50 and says, "Hey, I want to read me." So we start. And I go off this reading, and I'm telling her about her grandfather, and I'm just going. I said, "Your grandfather's saying this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this is what he wants you to do going forward." Blah 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 blah. And she goes, "Oh, what a great reading." She goes, "That's all. It sounds exactly like my grandfather, like what he would say, exactly. But I got to tell you, my grandfather's alive." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I'm just going to tell you that's who I got it from. That's who I feel, and I will leave you with that. And hopefully, the message at least came through the right way for you." And so I just took it as I was off. An hour later, I get a call from her saying my grandpa died at 7 o'clock this morning.
Hmm.
So 2 hours later, he was there giving a reading for her because that's how he wanted to say goodbye.
Wow. That's crazy.
And so everything that I said was exactly what he would have said when he was saying goodbye to somebody. These are the things I think you could do better. These are the things I love you about. This is blah blah blah. So
Wow.
I don't know.
That's yeah. When you when you read a location,
Okay.
how much energy are you finding yourself expending? Really? Zero? None?
None.
Really?
Yeah, I'm probably spending more energy tonight on this radio show than I do with.
I know, Steve and I can be difficult, but come on.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we've got our blockers on. That's why.
I know.
Yeah.
Way blockers. No, seriously, that's one of my biggest things. And I think Gail's out there, my manager. That's the biggest thing I do when I teach students and everyone. I said we can never change our energy for anyone else's. We can't exchange it. We can't give it. We can only be of our energy the whole time. So the moment that we start giving energy is the moment we screw up, because we're no longer us.
Yeah.
We're now trying to be someone else, or we felt the guy. Children of the Grave too. Let's talk about that. That going up that stairs, I felt a gentleman there who had a heart attack and died, and I felt it in my chest right away. And I said, "Yeah, thank you. I know how you died. I don't need this." And so I walked away. And then a little bit later, one of the other girls that was there, Hillary, she came up after me, and all of a sudden she is having chest pains, and she had a bad heart. So that was right away was a big thing for the movie. So we had to stop filming. And I said to him, they said, "Oh, we got to call the ambulance." I said, "No, give me 5 minutes outside the building with her. And if then she's not, then call the ambulance."
Alex.
It was just energy she picked up with the same guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Alex, when you were, sick at the Spruce Lane farmhouse,
Yeah.
maybe you have that ability,
He does.
and you don't know it because you keep saying.
By the way, Alex, let's talk about you. I got your reading right now.
Sure. Go ahead before the break. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. We'll do you at the end, Steve, because you got your blocks up yet. So, Alex, I get a grandmother figure, and this is from your mom's side of the family. Has grandma died on the mom's side?
Yeah.
Okay. She is here. She's with you a lot. I don't know if you ever feel her. But I'm just letting you know she's around you all the time.
On my mom's side.
On mom's side.
Okay.
And this is different than you thought because you would think grandma and dad's side would be around more. Right?
I only met one grandparent.
Okay. Which one did you meet? Dad's?
My dad's dad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, this is grandma and mom's side.
Okay.
Because grandma and mom's side would love what you're doing. She had what I call the chicken soup mentality, and a lot of people in their era would be that. She would give people chicken soup that she knew that was sick. She knew when people were not feeling well. She knew when, but she would have never came out and said she has these abilities, but she did, and that's where you get your abilities from.
Okay.
And you know you have them.
I know I have something.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is.
I'm calling. Well, I'm telling you, I'm calling you out right now. You have it.
So you're not a ghost deterrent.
He is
No, I
not
am a
even
ghost.
close.
So the truth
Nothing
has
ever
come out,
happens
Alex.
when I
You're
go.
not a ghost deterrent.
Nothing ever happens when I go paranormal hunting.
Maybe it does. You just don't realize it.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't accept it, buddy. That's what it is.
No,
That's why I'm trying to
maybe.
tell you. And that's why grandma's around you, because she loves it. She would love to see you doing this stuff because this is how she felt. She knew this of people right away. She'd go to church and she would understand that the people were sick in the aisle. And then the next couple of days she'd take a soup to their house because she knew they were sick. And she knew if somebody was major sick compared to minor sick. So, I mean, she understood that a lot during that time. And she said, even your mom understands it.
So how do I go about?
We could talk about that off air, but
Sure.
and we will. But
Okay.
how you do it? Let's start with you in meditation. Let's start there, and start accepting. I'm not saying do hours of meditation. I'm saying do 5 minutes.
No, I know. I think I've discussed this in past shows as well.
Yeah.
Where I've told the story about how in my younger years,
When he had time.
when I had time, yes. Where I
He had some time to
it was in my
spare.
late teens where I was having problems going to sleep. So a friend of mine referred me to meditation, and he explained to me what I should do, and so I did, and I got really good at it to the point where I would lie down, close my eyes, and within minutes I'd be asleep. Whereas
Right.
before it could take me over an hour.
Right.
And it was at a point where one night I went to sleep, closed my eyes, cleared my mind, started drifting off. I was in that half state in between sleep and awakeness, and I felt myself lifting out of my body.
That's what meditation is. I'm trying to tell everybody.
Yeah.
That state between sleep
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
awake, that's where you want to get. That's true meditation right there. Yeah. Anyway.
I felt myself lifting out of my body, and it scared the shit out of me because I didn't know what it was at the time.
Right.
So I snapped awake, and I haven't been able to successfully meditate since.
Yep. Freaked you the fuck out.
Well, it did. But now that I know what it was,
So now accept it again.
you'd think I'd be able to do it, but I struggle with it.
Yeah, you have too many preconceived notions now, which
Yeah.
you have to get rid of. And that's why grandma came through tonight. And that's why she wanted me to tell you this. And it was the perfect timing when you were bringing this up, was the fact that for her to say, you got to get out of your mind, buddy.
She's setting you straight, Alex.
Right. She is. She's just saying, get out, buddy. You can do this. You have the abilities you always have.
All right.
On that note, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, more with Scotty Rorek. And, you're watching us on YouTube.
YouTube.
I want to say New Visions Radio. No. But anyways, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
I'm Richard Palmisano, the founder of the Searcher Group. It's a paranormal company, the oldest in Canada, founded in 1979, which not only makes me old, but makes me doing paranormal research and field work for just under 45 years now. I am also an author, researcher, and lecturer on the paranormal. I've written 6 books now. And I really enjoy coming on with Steve and Alex on Nocturnal Frequency Radio, as well as listening to the shows, because there's a lot of interesting guests there. I like it, looking at this stuff, because it opens your mind to other options and other alternative thoughts. There's always time to learn new things. So I hope you join us and come and see Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Thank you.
So let me ask you, what makes for good radio?
My 5 favorite songs all day long.
Play it again.
No.
As many commercials as physically possible.
What? No, why would that be good?
Great music, great talk shows, no commercials.
Precisely. New Visions Radio gives you no commercials, no nonsense, just the best new music and the best talk all day long, 24/7, 365. NewVisionsRadio.com.
Hey guys, Kristen here, host of the Paranormal Girl podcast, a bingeable exploration and deep dive education about the paranormal for the skeptical believer. Some of my past season topics have included shadow people, Mandela effect, demons, and UFOs. Currently, I am tackling Bigfoot. I have been sharing this journey with my audience since early 2021, and I have learned a lot these last few years. It's truly a mysterious world out there beyond our perceptions, and reality is just not what it seems. I have also, since the start, met some awesome folks like Alex and Steve, and I've really enjoyed watching and learning from them and also joining them on their show. Their guests are always outstanding, their listeners are just the coolest, and these hosts are some of my favorite people. I recommend their show to anyone looking for an intelligent and fun conversation about the paranormal amongst friends. So join me on my investigation, join Steve and Alex on theirs, and enjoy. Now back to the show. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, here and live with Scotty Rorek. How are you again, Scotty? How are you this evening, sir?
I am so awesome.
Awesome.
I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Well, you know what? Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it.
You guys are amazing new friends. So.
Oh man, and we love doing the show with you and
I
Keith.
was very happy to have an old person on too before me, so I was really happy.
And,
Talking about how he's old, I'm like going, "Hey, I'm not the only one anymore."
no, we have lots of classic folk on here, traditional folk. The grassroots kind of guy.
That's the way to call us old people. Classic.
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
We love the classics. We love the classics. So, how did you first meet Keith?
Well, Keith and I have known each other for almost my whole career, my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we one time figured it out. It was right after I started everything. It was about 30 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My condolences, by the way.
Probably the funnest guy to hang out with.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
Keith is great, man.
Yeah, he definitely smells like fungus. We're talking about Keith Age if everyone doesn't know. Keith,
yeah,
amazing friend.
He'll keep telling you about the the tower that we tipped in Sarnia when he came over. Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite. I haven't known him quite as long as you, but holy crap!
And I've married him and Robin. I was their pastor.
Oh wow, cool! I did not know that. That's awesome.
I'll that tomorrow night with him. So.
Wow.
Hey, if you guys are watching, come out tomorrow night. So.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Where am I? With Keith and Scotty? Can Keith stump Scotty?
First time. It would be the first time out of any one of our shows that he's trying so hard this time.
But we know. It's like Scotty go. I know this already. You know, like, but we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going.
The first one we did, I go put in the chat right here. Lamp Mansion. 5 minutes in the show. Lamp Mansion.
And I can attest to that, folks. I mean, yes, Scotty's like, I mean, pretty much first, second photo, and bang, Scotty's got it. You know, and you know, you keep Keith.
You got to keep stroking Keith Siegel.
Yeah,
the rest of the hour for an hour and a half, whatever. Actually, this is tough. Whoa, scary. Look at that, Keith. I see that. Yeah. But in Children of the Grave too with Keith, and I was starting it before. So when I first met the building, I knew the one room I wanted to go to, and I knew another room where the 2 rooms that I wanted to go to, and both of them, I guess, then had those were 2 active rooms in the building. I never knew that until after my filming. And one we called a shadow figure, or a outline of a shadow girl in the one room, and the other room we got the boy, which I was really. We walk into this room and the boy spirit was there. I mean, in the room itself, they had drawings that like a little boy did, and they had pants of a little boy in that room yet. And we were like, that's pretty freaky. Out of all the rooms in this total big mausoleum thing, you know, I picked the one room that actually had stuff in it. And then we were talking, and I said I kept seeing the spirit. His name, I forget his name, Michael, I think, or somebody like that. And so we had a sound man with a boom mic that was hanging like this, and then we had Keith with the thermal, and this was an early thermal because
he loved his thermals.
Yeah, back in that day, those were like $100,000 cameras at that time.
Yeah,
those were really expensive. Nobody even had those things.
Well, nobody had them back then. I mean, like, it was like, hey, how do you expect me to get my hands on one of these, Keith? Come on.
He goes, got to have these anyway.
Yeah,
loves them, and so he had that, and then we had this shelving, and I said, okay, he's here. He's gonna, he's gonna come through. And next thing you know, we see on on thermal camera, we thought was a shadow around the boom mic, and all of a sudden that shadow went across the wall. and nobody was moving, so that was the spirit boy going across. And Keith was in shock. We stopped filming, and he goes, "Come here, look at this." And I go, "Oh, I finally got something that you were going to believe." He goes, "I don't believe it till Fleur said so."
Yeah, till Fleur says so. Yeah.
Right. And then a couple of weeks later, he gives me a call. "Damn it, Rorek! Damn it!" I go, "What?" He goes, "Fleur said so."
See, and that's the thing about Keith that a lot of people don't really understand. I mean, Keith is very thorough.
Yes.
Like they just figure, well, he's a public figure, and he's not really an investigator, but no, guys, he is thorough, man. He really does his homework.
And he's always great about keeping me quiet, I don't even know. There's sometimes when Keith does events that I don't even know he's out doing events. And I get a call like at 2 a.m, wakes me up.
Yeah.
Say, "Scotty, where am I?"
How the fuck do I know?
"You're investigating somewhere, right?" He goes, "Yeah, where?" And then he tells me, and he goes, "What room am I in?" I go, "The one in the back in the upper right." He goes, "Fuck, of course I am." And then you can hear all the people in the room with him, and he's trying to, debunk me with, all of a sudden go, "Oh!" And I go, "See, I told you I'm right again. Now let me go to bed. Good night."
So, okay, a place that you've been to, that you've investigated or read, that you just like, okay, this is just too much. This is there's something. It just totally frightens you.
Never had one.
Not once. Really?
Yep, never.
Wow.
Has there been any locations where you've actually gone in there and you wanted to know more about it beyond what you were there to do?
Oh yeah, there's all of them. All of them. If the spirits aren't showing me the history, I want to know the history. I always told everybody when I was younger I wanted to be an archaeologist because I love seeing what things were in the past. And that's great with spirit now able to do that for me. They can show me the past, and that's really great. What the heck? Hang on a second.
No problem.
Well, let's go back to the scary part first. The reason why nothing has ever scared me because I don't believe that there's nothing that could scare me.
Okay, well, not necessarily scare you, but you know,
there's no such thing as demons. I don't believe.
Oh no! I don't believe in demons either.
When I go to a place, nothing freaks me out because I'm my energy. I'm there to encounter what's happening. I'm not going to get freaked out by anything. I get freaked out by people jumping out.
We already like you, Scotty. You said the magic word. You don't believe in demons. I love it.
No, how the hell would you believe in that? That doesn't make sense.
There's so many people that believe in demons.
I know.
It's scary.
Come on, stop. Drives me nuts. It really does.
But
they think they get higher ratings or higher qualifications because they see demons. No, you don't. You get worse.
Yeah. How about a place that it has just given you a sense of unease, just something that's like out of the norm, and you're like, okay, there's just something.
Waverly.
Really?
Oh yeah, when I went with Keith the first time, yeah, that kind of gave me some creeps. Especially the death tunnel.
Really? The death tunnel? I didn't really have a sense of unease there. I mean,
there's way more people dead there than what people are letting on.
Well, yeah, I think the number is inaccurate.
Right. Well, oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, what did they say, 62,000, something like that? What is it, 62? Well, I mean the numbers that they come out with are what, 62,000 or something.
Right. I think there's more than that.
But yeah. And I mean, you got to remember when they turned it into a healthcare facility like that, a lot of people.
Yep.
Was
it a TV place? Yeah, I think so.
Well, it was a TV place, and then what was it in the 80s before it closed down? It was closed down because of the abuse, wasn't it?
Yep.
With the
that was one place. I mean, I've been at places. There's one that I call my home place. It's called the Old Baraboo Inn in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And early on when we went there, I mean, I knew the owner, and he's since passed, and now he's there all the time. It's kind of neat to have the owner now there. I mean, I miss him, but he was a very good friend of mine. His name was BC. But one night we were going to do a show there, and I said to BC, I said, hey, I made a mistake last time I was here.
Mm-hmm.
What? He goes, somebody's saying they made a mistake? I said, no, I made a mistake. I went home, and I had visions that I was wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, we're going to go downstairs, and I'm going to, because it's a 3-story. It used to be a brothel up on top,
mm-hmm.
a saloon, and gangster bar in the middle, and then in the basement, that's where all the gangsters used to do their during Prohibition and all that stuff. So
yeah.
What the heck? Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, they kept saying, this is going to be this way. I mean, so I met a spirit down in the basement, and everybody called him this evil guy, like he was the evil one. And I knew there wasn't really any evil in this building, but I felt the same energy. I felt him doing the same type of things, as somebody that would be evil. But I didn't take the time which I should have taken, and this was early on in my career, so I was pretty. But I went after it like I made a mistake because it was a little boy. And it was a little boy who was portraying himself as bigger and stuff and trying to scare people because he was tired of being made fun of. He had a disability. He was one of the hooker kids that actually got mangled at an abortion, and she had to still have the baby. So he had a lot of disabilities, a lot of stuff. He stuttered. He was really, but they made him do all the shit around the brothel and the gangster bar and everything. So he was made fun of all the time, and he was still there.
If anything. Oh wait, okay. So we got another question. B's got a question there, Al.
You do. Scotty, do you think there's life after death? And do you think there's other life in the universe, i.e., aliens?
All right.
Threw him for a loop.
No, I'm just trying how to work. So the first one is, yeah, I do believe in life after death. I've had multiple lives. Gail, who's in the chat room tonight, my manager, her and I have had multiple lives together. My wife and I have had multiple lives together. My spirit guide and I have had multiple lives together. By the way, Steve is a hot son of a gun. He's a Greek guy with the ripples and stuff. He's got the body. Oh my goodness. But Steve was actually
just to clarify, not the co-host Steve.
Yeah, not this one up there.
Not this guy here.
Not that one.
Damn.
No, not that one. But anyway, so Steve actually showed me who I was in a previous life, and there's actually a picture that he found on the internet for me, and I'll show it sometime to you guys. But I was a silent movie star from. I was from Constantinople. No, I was from Istanbul. It's not Constantinople. No, I was from Constantinople. Yeah, I always got to sing the song to remember where it was. Yeah. They might be giants. But it was in a past life. He was able to show me a picture on the internet, and I don't know where the heck this picture came from, but he's able to pull it up. He guided my hand through the internet, so that was pretty fun. But yes, I do believe in life after death, and I think almost every religion and every faith in the world believes in life after death. I think everybody believes that, other than atheists, and I still think they believe it. But anyway,
I think it's how people are. They differ. It's just simply because they think of it differently, as opposed to how it plays out. Right, Scotty?
Correct.
You know, yeah, okay. Is it just, you transition into it, another dimension, or, reincarnation or whatever. I mean,
right.
Here's the $1 million question, Scotty.
Yeah.
Do you have to reincarnate?
Okay, so when you die, you don't have to come back. No.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to come back.
No, honestly, Gail says that too. Gail, my manager, says that too. She says she's done. She's had enough times here.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't believe it. I'm coming back. I'm coming back even more beautiful than I was in last life. But like I've done past lives, and I've only been male 3 times. So this is my 3rd of all my male incarnations. So go figure. But I'm not coming back as male again. No.
Maybe the next time I'll be able to keep my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey, Mel.
I did.
You want to donate some of that hair?
Yeah.
I'll make a wig. You guys can. Yeah. So the next one is aliens, and that's I don't call them aliens. I guess if you want to call them in the basic form, somebody that doesn't live on this planet, because we call aliens somebody that lives in Mexico. So if you want to call a being from another planet, yes, I do believe there's beings from other planets. The universe is just too astronomical to believe we're the only mistake that the universe made. Because people think, oh, we're the center of the universe. Not really. How can we be the mistake?
I love that, the mistake. Yeah,
it would be the mistake, because if the rest of the universe doesn't have life, then we're the mistake.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. It's just when you think, okay, I'm really big into space and all that. I really love all the space shows. Neil deGrasse Tyson, even though he doesn't believe in me, I believe in him because I understand what the space is. I wish I could just understand that mediums do more than what he would say too. But anyway, even in our galaxy, okay, in the
Yep.
Milky Way, 100 million stars. 100 million of the ones that look like the one that we see every morning. 100 million of those. And this one has 9. I still say 9 because I leave Pluto in. Sorry. But we have 9 planets.
Yeah.
Okay. Every other one has planets.
Mm-hmm.
Every other one of those 100 million have planets. How can, and then there are so many in this habitable zone that would they have water on their planets. We have a moon that's close to us. In this little galaxy we have here around our sun that spewts water, that has water underneath its core. How do we know there isn't life there? And what does it look like? We don't know because we haven't been there. We won't ever get there. So that's the thing. I don't believe that we're visited all the time because I think everybody's under the same constraints of time, space, unless they know how to bend time and space or they know how to jump dimensions. Because in the multiverse, which scientists are bringing up, not spiritualism, they believe that all the universes are happening at once.
Mm.
So if somebody can jump them, then you can see it.
And who's not to say that we, within time, develop, that sort of technology and come back and visit ourselves?
It's not out of the realm of our thought, and
No.
our thought is pretty limited. We're a creature that is very, very territorial, very warlike. I mean, we're more like cavemen than we think we are.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think
I don't think we've come that far.
No, I mean, we
Certainly
haven't.
feels like we've gone backwards. That's for sure.
We haven't been able to let go of our sort of instincts.
Correct.
Our instincts have been our downfall. We're constantly fighting to survive.
Yeah, we're animals.
Yeah,
We think we have to kill each other to survive. I mean, that's what they do in the streets. Chicago, New York,
everywhere. Yeah,
Detroit, Toronto,
Hamilton.
Yep. But you name it, that's what it is. I mean, we're still in those thoughts. And everyone's talking about this spiritual awakening, and it's got to happen soon. And that's why I'm out promoting it all the time, because we are one. So and I brought it up at the beginning. We are one. We cannot live in this realm that we think we're better than other people. We can't live like that anymore.
How do you see this spiritual awakening happening, unfolding? How do you see it unfolding?
I see the bad that's happening now as catalysts to start it. I see where we're taking away money from feeding families here in the United States. Mm. We don't have SNAP benefits anymore for people that can't afford food.
Yeah, your 401ks,
right. I mean, the worst part right now, because of the things, they're not allowing the money to go to the people who need food.
Yeah.
Okay. How in the hell can we be a sophisticated being and not feed our people?
Yeah, agreed.
How can we? We can't.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox, but we can't do this.
Yeah.
And the only way I can see it is where people finally say, just like I am, and you're fed up. Enough's enough. Mm-hmm. We got to help the people that need it. We got to help the people that are downtrodden. My son has autism. We got to help them. We can't put them in homes like we used to do. We got to help the people. We got to help people with disabilities. We got to help people that are mentally challenged. We got to help people. That's what we got to do as loving souls. But right now we're not loving souls. We go at people because they don't believe like us.
I saw something. I saw a vid there yesterday that kind of struck. And quite simply, it's you know, the new asylums, the new sanitariums are the streets. You know, and people don't realize it, but it is so true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there isn't really the support isn't there anymore.
Correct.
Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah. So this is what puzzles me. Let's go with the train of thought of coming back. You die, you come back, you're reincarnated as a different individual, all that stuff. Would it not be beneficial for our species to be able to remember that so that we don't make the same mistakes we've made in the past?
There is something.
History repeats itself.
It does all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You go back and look. I mean, even Hitler has repeated itself.
Yeah.
Hitler was only the newest one of him. You can go back, you'll find all of it there. But then did Hitler really go to heaven? We can fight this battle. I don't know if we want to do it on this show, but I say yes, because in our beliefs, in our beliefs, people are forgiven. People have to come here to help train. I mean, Jesus came here, he had to die because it helped change us. Other people have come to help change us. These people are given rule. I mean, to even get Jesus where he was, Judas had to happen, right? So so somebody had to come and play Judas. Somebody had to come and play Hitler. Somebody had to come and play Mussolini. Somebody had to come and play Henry VIII. You know, let's go back and look all the way. There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
But every time after each one of those, the world was changed for the better. And now we're getting into the place where we need another one to come back and change, because we're getting to that same spot again.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't understand. And that's why, by the way, that's why we cry when we're born, is because we go, oh shit, we're back. Let me go back. Don't make me don't make me start here again.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I would agree with you. It would be better if we could remember.
Well, I mean, to me, it makes sense. I mean, if you think about, like, if we, and this is why I have an issue with some of the people nowadays wanting to ban books, erase history, because, like the old adage says, if you don't remember the past, you're doomed to repeat it.
Correct. Right. I agree.
And this is what irritates me, because if we do come back, why the fuck don't we remember the past?
Right.
Sorry for my language, but I mean, I'm just getting really all riled up about it.
You know, I've been riled up tonight too. So.
Yeah, it's definitely it's sad to see.
Oh, by the way, by the chat you just answered. By the way, I'm going to tell everyone at home who just answered the chat. Steve, thanks for finally seeing it. I asked how long before I had to come back from the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad that you look at the chat in the show so I can see that. I'm like going, I have to go to the bathroom. How long do we got during break?
Hey, Edmund, how are you? You know, yeah, it really is sad to see the state of that, you know, not being able to support these people.
Right. But I mean,
you know,
we've done it so many times.
Yeah.
And nations fall because of it, because the people don't like not being cared for.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is, I understand that some people take advantage of it, but we can't diss the others for the few people that take advantage. We got to find a way to help everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I might be.
I'm getting a refill.
But, okay. I might be utopian, but.
What about you know, how do you can you see yourself using your ability to help people like that?
Yes, I can. I want to, mostly.
And how can you how can you see yourself helping people like that?
I want to one, I want to help people when they're passing.
Yeah.
I want to be there so I can help you see who's there with you,
Yeah.
who's waiting for you, understanding, knowing that you're going to be forgiven, knowing that you're not carrying the crap that you have in your life on with you. It doesn't happen that way. We are forgiven before we cross over. And then we go into what we call I call it life review. And we all go through it right as we cross over, kind of to see what we did good, bad, and ugly. And then we kind of have to atone for those things and understand it. And then we're forgiven. And then we move on in our life. And then we become what I call spirits.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a ghost, you don't cross over. You're stuck here on the earth plane as a dead soul that walks around not understanding. Some people don't understand. Some people are stuck because of greed. There's a lot of reasons why people stay. But those are the people I want to help move on too, because you should move on, then you can come in. Like that little kid I was talking about at Old Baraboo Inn. We crossed him over. And he still comes back to see us all the time and says hi. But that was the only time in the paranormal investigation that in a 3-story building, we had activity all happen on all 3 floors at the exact same time.
Explain to people who may not know what you mean by help them cross over.
Okay. I cannot cross anyone over. You can't cross anyone. You can't cross over. We all can't cross over. Maybe we can all get a car from Oprah, but not cross people over. But we can only help folks see what the other side is. And when we do that, when we see, like with him, he had he knew his mom, but he didn't know who his dad was because he was one of the guys that was there.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have the family because he never met his grandparents. He really didn't know anybody. So my spirit guy, Steve, helped him cross over to see the loved ones that were waiting for him, because there's always loved ones waiting for us when we cross. Always. Always. And we might not know them, but they're there waiting for us. They want to be there for us. But Steve went across because he saw that spirit saw the love between Steve and I, and then he crossed over because he saw the love and he knew we weren't lying to him. But that's how we cross somebody over. Is they have to see what the other side looks like, and then they have to go to it. Some people call it the light, but not everyone sees the light. Other people see a door, they go in a door. Some people don't see the door. So I can't, and I don't make generalizations because everyone sees it different.
Yeah, yeah.
But as soon as you cross over to the other side, you become of what I call love. You have none of, so if you're investigating and you feel a spirit that's kind of angry or mean or nasty, well, that's probably a ghost. Because it's not a spirit, because the spirit's of love.
We got a couple questions here.
We do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that all earthbound spirits should cross over?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. The reason is you're stuck with this emotional stuff that we can't even handle as humans. How are you going to handle that for the rest of eternity, loving that same crappy emotions when you could be of love and happiness and move across? Why wouldn't you want to? Why would you want to be stuck in greed and emotions and revenge and hatred and bigotry and that type of stuff for the rest of your life? We live with that enough of it now. Why live with it going forward?
I think a lot of it has to do with the human nature is the tangibility, the material, and we as humans can't let go of the things, of the material things.
Right, we can't.
We can't, and I think that's a huge problem, and why people won't cross over. I look at the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and how they prepare the monks for enlightenment,
right?
And reincarnation. You're only reincarnated if you can't let go of the materialistic things in life.
Well, that's a good way to put it. I understand.
Right? So you're brought back until you finally learn that you can leave that all alone. Like, feelings. I mean, you look at that monk in Vietnam who set himself on fire.
Right.
you know, and how he didn't flinch. He didn't move.
Right.
You know, you look at that and this, you know, it makes you wonder, is that what it takes to actually find like true enlightenment, to let
No.
the tangibility and materialistic things in life
Yes.
go?
Yes, that is. And then it is the next step even farther is ultimate true love. And
Yeah.
and unconditional love, I guess, is the easiest way to put that. And I can tell you that not many people in this world live with unconditional love. And unconditional love is the fact you love that person for whatever they do, say, or do, and that's their life. They understand. I love you for you. Thanks. Nice to meet you, Steve. But whatever you do, I still love you. Even though I disagree with it, I still love you for doing you. You know what I mean? And I will always love you for you. Even if you're mean to me, I will still love you. But that's what unconditional love is. And nobody has that. I mean, very few couples have it. I mean, that's why my wife and I, even though we totally love each other, but we always have disagreements. But we understand that we love each other for what they are. And that's why we've been married for over 35 years. And it's because we have that unconditional love. And she doesn't try to change me. I don't try to change her. We do our own things. Whatever we want to do, we do. And it's just the way it is. And that's what unconditional love is. But most people don't know that. What most people say, if you're my husband, you have to do this because you love me. No, it doesn't work that way. And it doesn't, wife too, it doesn't work that way. You don't have to be there. You don't have to not drink because I stopped drinking. No. I mean, I've been sober 38 years. My wife doesn't drink either, but I mean, if she wanted to drink, go right ahead. You know what I mean? You can't ask the other person to do anything. You can only ask yourself.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And that's the enlightenment you're talking about. And it also then goes down to having shit. I mean, I love my Ghostbuster stuff, but if I don't have stuff, then I don't care really. You know what I mean?
Do have one more question.
We got a couple there.
Yeah. Well, the one that from Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Who would you come back? Sorry. Who would Scotty come back and visit when he passes?
Great question. My wife and Gail. I think she's in the chat room now, but and we've already set up words for them so that a medium can't say anything else. If they say this word, if the medium says this word to either one of them, they'll know exactly it's me. Because I've never said it publicly, and I never will. So it's kind of one of those Houdini type of things. I want them to know that it's truly me, but that's who I would come back. Now, who do I want to visit on the other side is Elvis.
Elvis.
I'm a
Elvis.
big fan. Oh,
You're big O.
Big Elvis fan. Oh my God.
He was an interesting character.
I love that man. Elvis, if you want to reincarnate together, let's do it.
We got another question for you.
Yeah.
Ready.
How accurate do you think the methods in the gateway tape are for astral projection or seeing?
I think very, very, very accurate. I think it's very proven, the tapes and everything, and it's very proven that you ever see the movie Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yes.
That's based on the United States group that was in the military, and everything in that movie was real. Sparkly eyes, they called it all the weird things, but everything was real. I can sparkly eyes clouds. I can dissipate clouds very simply too. Proven it many times. Driving down the road, I said, "See that cloud?" I said, "I'm going to ask it to dissipate," and within a minute later, it's gone. So, but yes, I do believe in that 100%. I do believe in astral projection. I believe, and for people like you, Alex, I think in your meditations again, you could get there and do that again. because you started to. Now let's get you moving. Now you know that you can do it. Now you just got to let yourself do it, and you know you can come back anytime. You just gotta say to yourself, I can come back. I teach my students how to astral project, kind of like an airport, saying this is where I'm going to try to go tonight, and then see yourself boarding that plane or boarding that in that gate, and then leaving your body and going to that area.
Scotty, if I said a name to you, would it trigger anything?
Don't know. Maybe not. Sometimes. I mean, I do, when you feel an object, I can tell you some information from it.
If I said the name Gareth to you.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Not getting anything. Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I'm just curious.
No.
Just curious. Hey,
All right,
Simon,
I got time for your reading. Do you guys got more questions in the chat?
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Steve, your turn.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
So your grandpa on dad's side is with you.
Interesting.
And he wants you to know that you got to stop being like your dad.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
That is funny.
True, ain't it?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Especially if you actually meet his dad.
Yeah.
Someday I want to, because I know.
I'll definitely listen to that one.
So your grandpa's going to go on, so you're still going to listen.
Yeah.
Your grandpa was funny, by the way. Did you ever get to meet him, or do you know
Oh
him?
yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a funny guy.
Yeah.
I would have gigged with him a lot.
My question is, can you see what he always had on person?
Well, I see him in a flannel shirt, and I see him. Yeah, I just see him in a flannel shirt. So we'll leave it at that.
Interesting.
But his biggest point to you is you got to open up more, and you got to accept more, and you got to know that you are more than you think you are. He says there's too often you spend time doubting yourself, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah, a waste of time. No, but that's interesting. No, that's very interesting. The flannel shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sense of that.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's just showing me a flannel shirt.
Interesting. That's
He goes, have him start believing in himself more.
that is cool. That's interesting. Wow.
So I'll let you think of that, and I thanked him for coming.
Well, thank you.
But
that is interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, wait, we got another question.
Where is it? What type of dreams do we have that spirits communicate with us? REM or lucid?
both. We can control the lucid ones where we can interact more with the spirit world in the lucid dreaming. So we can spend way more time and have a lot more fun in those dreams. In our REM dreams, we're kind of like in the movie, and we got to accept whatever role we were given. So it's trying to show us a point that it's trying to get across to us. in the time. Where in lucid dream we can interact with that time, and we can change it, and we could say that what if we did this, and we could have a lot more flexibility with us in talking with spirit. And I like lucid way more. But if you don't get any REM, then you don't get any sleep.
Wow. That's
So that's the tough part of it all.
yeah.
It's got to be that fine line. But at least in our REM dreams, they're going to give us what they can give us to. If we didn't get it in our other dreams, they're going to give it and point to us directly and say, "Hey."
I really wish I could get into a deep sleep where I can sort of explore that a lot. Sleep is a commodity right now.
I understand, but that's where meditation comes from, guys.
Yeah.
That's where you got to start. You got to be able to do it, because I'm going to tell you, when my active mind kicks in at night, I'm done. I'm up all the rest of the night. I understand it too. So then I go into my meditation, or I have my guides help me. And I say, okay, guys, I have to get up at 7. So let's go.
Wow. That was awesome. That was
2 hours flew by.
yeah, it flew by. And you know what? Scotty, we'd love to have you back on.
I'll come anytime you guys call me.
And of course tomorrow night, guys. Where
gonna
am I with Keith?
And he's trying to
Scotty?
stump the dummy.
Can
So what's the best way for them? Because I know some people were asking.
Go to my Facebook page. There's a link on there. Go to Keith's Facebook page. Go to your Facebook page. I think it's on yours too, guys, right?
That's right. So
yeah,
both of Scotty's, like the website and his Facebook page, are in the description.
yeah. Scotty's website and Facebook page are there.
Yep.
Oh, we I think Kevin's got a question.
All right.
Okay. So let's ask this last question.
Go ahead.
What if you've seen a loved one who has passed? I asked them what they were doing there. They answered me and said that they were waiting for someone that has recently passed.
Great. That's exactly what I said earlier, that everybody waits for us. And the reason they're still waiting is because that person who's recently passed has not gone through life review yet. So that's the time that you have to spend with God and the understanding of the oneness, and figure out what's good, bad, and ugly. And then you got to atone for it. You got to accept the fact that when you pulled that chair out from that kid in the 8th grade and he hit his head, that the rest of his life he had neck problems, that was your fault.
Yeah.
So you got to accept that type of things. So you go back through your whole life, day by day, seeing what you did and what you caused, and the ripple effects all the way down, and then what people did to you and the ripple effects that caused for you. So that's the type of stuff you learn when you pass over, and that's why people wait. But it's nice to know that loved one that you have is waiting for them, because that just right there proves what I said all night long. Everybody waits for us. They want us to come across, but they don't want us to come when it's not our time. And that person crossed, and now they're waiting to get forgiven, and then everything will be great from there. So I think it's awesome. So Kevin, you should be glad that you saw that too. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. So, but see, everybody in this chat room, everyone that's listening to the show has psychic abilities. Now, if you're going to use it or not, that's up to you. I say use them because your life is going to be a lot better because of it. Then I say don't. You know what I mean?
And the biggest benefit that you could sort of to homing it is meditation, you say, right?
Yes. Probably the number one thing. Yeah. Because we have to get that moment when we can clear our minds. Even when bad stuff happens at work, during the day, your kid's throwing up, you're doing this, that. There's got to be a way to get yourself 5 minutes from now, get yourself back into that headspace when you're calm enough to really understand and do accurate thinking. Yeah. And when you do that, and that's what I call aligning yourself or centering yourself. And that's what meditation does. You just need to do enough to center yourself, to get you back in that space when you're being as accurate in your life as you can, and that's where it comes. And then you should be able to listen. First thing you get is their message. Second thing you know, you're making up. Just listen. Every question, the first thing that comes to you is what it is. And if it totally sucks, then that's what they wanted you to hear.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, we think you messed up. Okay, you messed up. That's not what I'm saying. That's what they said to you.
Wow. Okay. Well, that I think that's about it. Really. Just double checking the chat, make sure everything's there. Okay, guys.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for popping in and listening or watching the show and
Asking questions. That was
Scott
awesome.
asking the questions and Scott.
Yeah, we actually had a very live chat tonight with the questions.
Yeah, very live. They're very active and interactive,
It's
which is
usually
always good to see.
When I work with dead people, it's always fun to see.
When I work with dead people. Wait a second, these dead people? What the hell? All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this evening, and we're back next Sunday night. We've got a couple more. We've got a lot more shows. I'll be posting in the next few days. Now that I have a little bit more time. To get things back in order.
And wonder why you guys don't talk to spirit.
I know, eh?
No time to do this. You all have 5 minutes, instead of playing with yourselves, enjoy the 5 minutes and talk to spirit.
Exactly. All right, guys. Until next Sunday night, take care and be well, and we'll see y'all later. Take care.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.